All right, John, I think it's that time. I think it's that time to ATM your face off.
I'm very excited about this video because we're going to dive deep on the 5 steps to building a profitable business so you can invite ATM follow-up and close like a boss. And I would recommend inside of this unit, you print off the scripts so you have everything you need just to understand the basics and really getting this system dialed in. So the key to success with the ATM system, right? The ad tag message formula is getting people that are interested in the products, that are interested in the opportunity, getting them inside of those groups. So let's talk about it and give you kind of an idea of what it takes to be successful. Now, the thing is, everybody has different goals getting started. Some of you just want to make some extra money. Let us know in the comments, what are your goals in getting started? Is it extra income? Is it a full-time income? Are you excited about the products, the business? What's got you fired up? I love step 1 because it's like in school where we had like 1A and 1B, right? It's prospecting and it's attracting people to you. And I will tell you, there is nothing more exciting than having someone reach out to you and ask you based on a curiosity post, based on you posting something in your Facebook or Instagram story, or you doing your live video launch and having someone reach out to you and go, hey, what's that company you're a part of? What's that new product you're marketing? So we're going to talk about that 5-5-3 daily prospecting formula, but also we're going to touch on this 15-7 weekly posting formula to get people coming to you. So you really want to master both. You want to be able to reach out to anybody, anytime, anywhere, and ask them if they're open to taking a look. But you also want to have people coming to you and asking you because they're curious. They want more information. Now, step 2 is getting great at connecting with people, having conversations, listening to people. Be a human first and a marketer second. You don't want to have commission breath. Step 3 is getting great at getting people in the ad tag message groups, right? The ATM groups, so they can learn more about the products, the business model, the company. We do a lot of recognition inside of these groups. We do live interviews and, we share before and after pictures, depending on the type of group that it is. We've got the product ATM group. We've got the business ATM group. Step 4 is leveraging group chats. It's following up with the people that are on the fence, getting them the information to make a decision. How many of us have heard expose, involve, upgrade? You're exposing them to the products. You're exposing them to the videos. You get them involved in the community. You get them involved in a group chat so they can meet other leaders. They can meet other social marketers that are just like them. The key also is keeping track of everybody you add to those groups. And your goal is really just to help people get started. You want to be like a consultant, right? You're giving them consultation. You're giving them advice. You're sharing with them what products you're excited about, why you're excited about the business, maybe answering specific questions. But remember, when you're new, you don't know the answers to the questions. So the beauty is you can leverage your upline. You can leverage other experts on the team to help you get your initial customers, to help you start building your team. And then step 5, honestly, it's just getting people plugged into the system so they can learn the other 4 steps, so they can learn about the ATM system, so they can understand how to prospect, what to post on social media, how to launch their business. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money.
And let us check in with you. Did you already do your launch before it lands post? Let us know in the comments, did you do your launch post? Because that's really, really important to get that curiosity happening. In the next unit, right? Unit number 2, we're going to dive into the specifics of the 3DW live video launch formula. I'm telling you, this is the secret sauce to get lots of eyebrows raised and get lots of people reaching out to you. So unit 2, we're going to dive into that. When John and I first started to build our business online, the big mistake that we made was we were so excited about our business and we showed up to social media just like an infomercial channel. And as you know, that's not attractive, right?
Let's talk about the 15-7 weekly newsfeed formula. These are posts that you're going to do on your Facebook wall. This isn't stories. It's just on your wall where you should commit, if you're serious, to posting 15 times throughout the week, which is really only 1 to 2 posts a day. 10 of those posts should be fun, personal, lifestyle, or providing value. I learned a long time ago. Learn how to teach versus sell, and you'll sell more by teaching than you will by selling. So show up with value, tips, insights, lifestyles, selfies, doing interviews. You can mix things up. Inside of Unit 3, we talk more about creating curiosity and what to post for 80% of your posts, 80% of your content where you're not selling, you're not pitching. However, 4 out of 15 posts should be more nonchalant, where maybe you're posting a selfie or you're posting a lifestyle post or you're doing a video, but you're just nonchalantly mentioning your products or your home business. Just as an example, you could say something like, I'm so excited to go spend the Sunday with the kids. We have a picnic planned, and then you have a selfie. And then maybe inside of the copy of the post, you also mention how you're so excited you started this new program because you have more energy without the crash and you've already started to lose weight, so you feel better going out in public. It could be something as simple as that, but you don't say, hit me up if you're interested, right? Now, the power post that you do once a week could be a giveaway post, maybe a video where you go live talking about your new products and how much you're loving them, talk about why you're loving them, sharing stories, testimonials without saying the name of the company. Again, in Unit 3, we dive deep on creating curiosity and what to post all the time. So I think you're going to love that. But this is just our overall formula for those of you that are wanting to know how often the ratio should be where you're promoting your products and promoting your business. And I think this will really help you get that clarity and be more strategic in showing up. When it comes to scripts, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't always a big fan of scripts because I didn't want to sound robotic or sound like a machine, like I was reading a script. But in the early days, I really needed to have a basic foundation of what to say to people when I'm reaching out, when I'm prospecting, right? Because it really is an income producing activity where if every day you're asking just 5 to 10 people if they're open to making money from their phone, if they're making money on social media, or 5 to 10 people, you reach out and ask them if they're open to the products. See, in a nutshell, you identify and connect with people who have the potential to become your customer and or a social marketer. We're just looking for people that want to buy Modere products and that want to promote Modere products. That's it. And let me ask you this, drop into the comments. How many friends do you have on Facebook? How many followers do you have on social media? And how many of them have you spoken to about Modere? Now, if you're brand spanking new, the percentage of people you've spoke to is probably very, very low. But for those of you that have been around a while, I still bet that most people, even after months of being in Modere, have probably only spoke to less than 10% of their contacts. So I would set a goal to speak to 50, 60, 70, 90, why not 100% of the people you're connected with? Even if none of them are interested in the business, couldn't they put up a referral post for you? Couldn't they use the products? Don't they probably know people that want to lose weight, live longer, feel better, live a more healthier life? Don't you know people, or don't you think your contacts know people that would want to use products that are safer for their family? Don't you think you know people that would want to earn an additional income stream that right now in today's day and age with what's going on in the world, that people would probably want another income stream, especially from home, online, from their phone? I mean, hello, we got to start talking to people. Don't be stingy. Don't be selfish. It's not about you. See, sometimes we're selfish in the sense that we're so caught up in our own circumstance and our own situation, and we're so worried of rejection. We're fearful of what people are going to think about our business, our products, what they think about us. So we'd rather not even ask them and just sit back and twiddle our thumbs waiting for people to ask us what we do. We have to be bold. We have to be courageous. I love the Brene Brown quote, choose courage over comfort. How can you expect to achieve all those big goals if you haven't spoken to the majority of the humans that you're connected with? And do you deserve success if you're not willing to get outside your comfort zone? It's a good question. Smash the heart button if this is providing value. Top producer tip: if you're in launch mode and you want to build fast, I want you to quadruple these numbers that I'm about to cover. Every day, if I were you, my goal would be to friend up or reconnect with 5 people on Facebook. Now, let me be very clear. Friending up 5 people every day is not that difficult if you're connecting with friends of friends. In fact, Facebook even suggests friends. You can join Facebook groups, or there are so many ways to find people to become friends with on Facebook, but I don't want you getting so fixated on friending up new people when you have 300 Facebook friends right now that you haven't spoke to yet. So let's also focus on reconnecting with people we're already friends with. And you can do this by wishing people happy birthday or simply say, hey, I'm thinking about you. Just 5 people that you connect with or reconnect with every single day. Over the course of a month, that's 150 new friends or reconnected friends on a monthly basis. That's crazy when you think about it. And then I want you to pop the question, asking people if they're open to the products or the business. 5 people that you just simply ask to take a look at the information. Ask them if they're open to being plugged into our ATM groups every day. By the way, this is not the same 5 new friends. I don't recommend friending up someone and then immediately asking them if they're open on the same day. Does this happen sometimes and it works out just perfectly? Sure. But I would suggest that's a different 5 people. I'd also recommend you add, tag, and message 3 people every day. To be clear, this would be 3 people you're adding to the group every day. If you're in launch mode, I think you should quadruple those numbers. But I just like to give everyone a good goal, because if you have a goal every day of just 3 people getting in those ATM groups every day, that's 90 people that you've exposed to the information, that you've exposed to Modere. And by the way, even if they all say no, it's just no, not now. No, not yet. But now those are 90 seeds you've just planted. That's exciting. Nothing great will happen for you until you start thinking of yourself as a professional conversation starter, not a salesperson. Release the commission breath. Don't just sell. I want you to sort. Be real with people and have fun. See, selling and telling and convincing is draining. It's exhausting. It's not enjoyable. I want you to sort people. Hey, if they're open, great. If they're not, great. You're just having fun. If they're open, awesome. If they're not open, guess what? That's also awesome, because every no is getting you closer to the next yes. Decide that you're in it for the long-term residual income. See, residual income is something you go out and earn. Success ain't easy, but man, is it worth it. I can't tell you how incredible it's been creating the business that we've created over the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years, but we had to pay a price. It wasn't an overnight thing. It didn't happen for us in those first 3, 4, 5, 7 years, but it happened because we continue to show up. We had long-term thinking. And look, some of you are just looking to supplement your income. Awesome. Some of you are looking to go out there and replace your income. Fantastic. Some of you want the big money. You're looking to make elite money. You want to make 6 figures, multiple 6 figures or more. It's not going to be easy, but I promise you it's worth it. So you have to think long-term. You have to believe in the products, the Modere opportunity, 100%. Choose courage over comfort. Execute those income generating activities every single day. And over time, it's that domino effect, right? Over time, just chipping away. It's like you're building a house and you're laying the foundation all the time, and you're just paying the price and chipping away and having that mindset of one day I'm going to be on that stage. One day I will get rewarded for what I did in private, how I showed up, how I loved on people, how I cared about others, how I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just getting a customer, but I was helping them achieve their goals. See, I don't get excited when someone joins the business. I get excited when they achieve their goals. I don't get excited when someone buys my product. I get excited when they get a result from the product because, again, it's not about us. It's about making sure what we have to offer is a fit for people. Now, here's why the ATM system works. The ATM system works because it allows you to leverage the videos and the stories, the results that others are getting on the products, that others are getting inside the business. It helps you automate the exposure process and duplicate that strategy with your team. See, it doesn't matter what works, it matters what duplicates. And I always say, when it comes to social media, like, you've got to keep it simple. That's why we give you simple steps. That's why we want you to focus on just getting people in the groups. We want you to focus on going silver team leader. We want you to focus on creating curiosity. We don't want you to be a Spamela Anderson. We don't want you to get caught up in what doesn't matter, because in the beginning, what matters is getting people in front of the information, setting people up in group chats with your upline, getting really dialed in with these basics and mastering the mundane. When someone expresses interest, get them in the groups right away. When they say, what is it? Add them to the group. When they ask you for more information, get them in the group. Tag them in the information in the announcements post, that top pinned post with the best videos. And you follow up with them and you let them know, hey, I've added you to the Modare Healthy Living community, or whatever ATM groups you're using. I know different teams have different groups to educate people on the products, get them in front of some of the testimonials so they can see before and after pictures, right? They can see the products that are working, get them in social retail so they can learn more about the business model, the company, the philosophy. They're going to see recognition. They're going to see success stories. They can learn more about the compensation plan and getting started. Let's talk about inviting. It's totally normal to feel a little nervous or unsure, because when it comes to going out there and inviting people, it's scary because, again, you're brand new. You're not an expert. So it's going to take some practice. It's going to take time, but these are proven scripts. But remember to use the audio recorder when inviting. Use the audio recorder so people can hear the words coming out of your mouth. They can hear the tonality. I don't want you to be robotic. I don't want you just copy and pasting these scripts. I want you to use them, but I want them to feel natural. All of the scripts inside of this document or these documents should be considered outlines. They're not intended to be used word for word. Use them as a jumping off point and tailor each invite and interaction individually to the person you're connecting with. So for an example, if you're talking to someone that you're good friends with, that's a different conversation than someone that you haven't talked to since high school, right? So making these templates your own will help you create meaningful connections that lead to valuable relationships. And remember, it's not about selling and convincing every person to join you within that first conversation. Most people, quite frankly, they are not going to buy or join after one or two interactions with you. People aren't necessarily looking for an opportunity or a product, but they are looking for a solution to a problem. Focus on the benefits and why you're excited. Remember, this is only an invitation. You're not meant to do the presentation. When you get a yes, let the tools do the talking. Don't be a fool. Use the tool. Add them to the ATM groups. Once they accept the invite, tag them in the appropriate information. Like I mentioned, use the audio recorder. They'll hear your tonality and enthusiasm. They'll hear the excitement in your voice, and nothing happens until you get excited. Tell your face to be excited. Smile. Can you tell that I'm smiling right now? Before reaching out to someone you haven't spoken with recently, take a moment. Check out their profile. It might be helpful to see what they've been up to, what they're posting about, what matters most to them, what they do these days for a living. If someone doesn't respond to you, just delete them as a friend. Be like, how dare you ignore me? Just kidding, obviously. Some people will respond to you days later, weeks later, months later. I've had people respond to me from messages I sent them literally years ago. And they're like, oh my gosh, I totally missed this message back in 2013. I'm like, oh, what's up, stranger, right? Like, some people just won't respond right away. If it's a quality contact though, you can always reach out to them again. You can always follow up or go love on some of their Facebook posts. Your goal is just to get their attention. Some will, some won't, some wait, someone's waiting. Next. Let's talk a little bit about the direct approach using the product scripts. The direct approach is you reaching out to someone that you're friends with on Facebook and seeing if they're open to checking out the products. I want you to pull up page 8 so you can see specific examples of direct product script approaches when you're reaching out to people. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm not the guy that leads with the product and reaches out to people in that way, but here's what I found. It's more duplicatable. The average person getting started has way better results using the direct product approach, leading with the product versus leading with the business. But hey, if you're excited about the business more so than the product, then you lead with whatever you're most excited about. But I'm just telling you, we have some fantastic examples on page 8. And when you're reaching out to someone, you want to just ask them, how are things? What have you been up to? You want to catch up just for a moment or two, connect with them, like wait for them to respond, but then let them know, that's awesome. I'm glad you and the family are doing well. I'm reaching out to you, Sally, because, and tell them why you're excited about this new product. You know, I found a way to eliminate some of these LBs and release some of this junk in the trunk so I can finally feel comfortable in a bathing suit. I found a new anti-aging product that reduces wrinkles and cellulite. It lifts saggy skin, right? You're just telling them some of the features, but then saying why you're excited. I want to feel comfortable in my shorts again. I recently made the switch to a clean label product line, and it's made a huge difference in our home. I don't want to use products with toxins on my children, and I had no idea how dangerous some of the products I was using were. So get personal with people. Tell them why you're excited. On page 8, we give you these examples. Lead with the products that you're most excited about, and it's a great way to approach people, especially people that maybe you're not sure how to bring up the business. Just bring up the products. I thought of you because, and then you tell them why you thought of them. I know you're all about your family and you would want to use products that are better for them. I thought of you because we've always spoke about getting in shape. We've always talked about, using better quality products so we can slow down the aging process. If you're open, let me know and I'll get you plugged in to this private Facebook community. If not, no big deal. You always want to give them an out. Some of you may have never been in sales before, but this is a big deal. You never want to give people one option, which is basically look at the information and, join the business or buy the product. You want to let them know that it's okay if they're not interested. Give them an out. If not, no big deal. Now that you've added them to the group, you want to say, hey, Sally, I added you to the community. In order for you to see the content, you have to accept the invite. Let me know once you're in so I can tag you in a couple videos that explain more about the products in the company. I am blown away by the results that my friend Sarah got on the products in the first 30 days, or I'm blown away with how I'm feeling after using the product or drinking this Logic coffee for the last couple weeks. Whatever your story is, or you can share someone else's story. Also, if you would like to take a look at how I earn income from my phone by simply sharing my results, let me know and I'll get you plugged into our business community so that you can check out the compensation plan, the business model, if you're interested in the business as well. Don't try and answer each of their questions. Simply tag them in the posts in which they can find the information they're looking for. You can always leverage your upline leaders to help you get questions answered and even talk to your customer prospects with you as well. Let's say someone says, nah, not interested in these products. No biggie. I was really just blown away by what I saw and thought you might be too. If you think of anyone that would love to release some LBs, look younger, feel better, or make some money from social media, I would be happy to help them. Now, here's the deal. You could also ask them if they're open to putting up a referral post. We're not diving into that in this training. We have a whole unit on referral posts and how that has exploded our business over the last several years. So check out that unit on referral posts. But for now, you're just going to cross them off your list if they're not open to the business, the products, or doing a referral post. Have an awesome day and let's keep in touch. Remember that things might change over time. It takes 8 to 10 exposures before someone is ready to get started. So they're going to continue to see your stories. They're going to see your videos. They're in the ATM group. So they're going to continue to see the testimonials. You never know when the timing will be better for someone, which is why you continue to nurture that relationship and stay in touch with people. On page 10 in the scripts, we have direct approaches for the business. Hey, Sam, how are things going, man? Looks like you and the family are doing well. Your kids are getting so big. Wait for Sam to respond. See how they're doing because you just never know what they've been up to unless you ask. Listen, Sam, the reason I'm reaching out to you is because I found a way to pay off my debt. I found a way to fire my boss. I found a way to make money from social media so I can spend more time with my family. I thought of you because we've talked about making money online before. I thought of you because you're so outgoing. I thought of you because you're someone I would love to partner with. If you're open, let me know. I'll get you plugged into these Facebook groups. If not, no big deal. On page 10, we have different examples of how to reach out to someone and why you thought of them. The biggest thing that we hear is, how do you know to lead with the business or lead with the product? And here's the deal. You really don't know for sure, but just in general, there's more people out there open to a product that Modere offers, right? Like most people brush their teeth. Most people use laundry detergent. Most people want to lose weight. Even skinny people want to lose weight, right? You know that we offer products that most of your contacts would be interested in. So that's why we encourage you leading with the products and then asking them if they're open to hearing about the business. But I know a lot of you are also like me, where you're more excited about the business. So check out page 10. You'll see examples of how to reach out to someone about the business. I love leading with the business. I love talking about what we do, but I've also been doing this since 2001. So I have a different energy and a different respect for network marketing. And most of my contacts know me from network marketing and know me from being in businesses. So whether you lead with the business or you lead with the products, it's really up to you. And if you're completely uncertain, just go lead with the business with 50 of your contacts and then go out and lead with the products with another 50. That's 100 people you approached, and just pay attention to which one feels more natural, which one you're getting better results with. And you'll see the responses. You'll figure out real quick which one's been more effective for you and your network. Remember to give them an out. If you're open, great. I'll get you plugged into these Facebook communities. If not, no big deal. Once they accept the invite, so some people will accept the invite right away and they're in the group, and you say, listen, in order for you to see the content, you have to accept the invite. Let me know once you're in so I can tag you in the 5 reasons why video that explains more about the products, the company, and the compensation plan. Here's why I love the 5 reasons why video. It talks about the XM kits. It talks about getting started, the different destination ranks. It is fantastic for those of you that are wanting people to get the basics to get started in the business. If they say no, totally cool, no biggie. I was really just blown away by what I saw, and I thought you might be too. If you think of someone that would love to release some LBs, look younger, feel better, or make some money from social media, I'd be happy to help them. This is another person you could also ask to put up a referral post. We have more training on that in another unit inside of this group. Remember to stay in touch with people. Remember, things might change over time. Here are some of the top resources you would share with your business prospects. You've got the 5 reasons why Modere video, social retail versus MLM. This is all pinned in the announcements post. It's at the top of the announcements post in social retail, changing the game, because that's what we're doing. You can also tag your business prospects as well as your customer prospects and a product group. Now, there is the Healthy Living Community, which is the North American ATM group, but I know some of you are in different countries, different markets, or you have your own ATM groups. So get with your upline. They'll tell you which groups to tag people in, but this is essential. Getting people in those groups is extremely important because they're not just getting exposed to the videos and learning more about the company and the products, but they're getting plugged into the community. And when people are in our environment, it's hard not to get excited or at least have some curiosity and try products, check out the business, and want to be a part of it. Some of this might look a little different as well because we're constantly updating videos, content, we're updating the announcements post. So whenever you're watching this, it might be a little different, but just understand that's always where the best information is. That's the introduction to the group, so your prospects can get the information they're looking for. Here's another major component, especially for those of you that are brand new. You must learn how to set up a group chat on Facebook Messenger. Why do we do group chats? When you're brand new, you demonstrate the simplicity of ATM by leveraging other people's stories and expertise. So your mindset is, I got to get them in the group so they can see the information. And then I got to get them in a group chat on Facebook Messenger so they can meet other people that they'd be partnering up with, so they can get their questions answered, so you can earn while you learn. When do you do a group chat? In my opinion, you should do it within 24 to 48 hours of adding your prospects to the group. So I wouldn't do it right away. That's just my personal opinion. I say you set up a group chat within 24 to 48 hours. And here's what you say to people. Hey, Sam, I added you to the group. In order for you to see the content, you have to accept the invite. Let me know once you're in so I can tag you in the information. Now, here's the key right here. The beauty is all you have to do is add people to the exact same groups that I'm adding you to. I know you said you're going to look at the videos tonight, so I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow, and I'm going to introduce you to some of the other individuals we work with. So you're not asking for their permission to put them in a group chat, but you're also not doing it without telling them. You're telling them, tomorrow, I'm going to introduce you to some of the leaders I work with, my mentors, experts, people that have had more success, that have been involved longer than I have. To edify your leadership is to build up your leadership. You wouldn't say, hey, I'm just going to introduce you to this dude, John. You're not going to do yourself or me any justice if you're just saying, hey, I'm going to introduce you to this dude, John, or this lady, Amber, or this, I met this woman, Nadia. She's all right. You need to build up the people you're working with so that your prospects listen to them. Because let's be honest, sometimes our friends and family, they don't listen to us. They trust us. They don't respect us. But they're going to respect this new individual you're introducing them to, that you're edifying, you're putting on a pedestal, you're building up their credibility. If you physically don't know how to set up a Facebook Messenger chat where you're introducing 3, 4, 5 people to your prospect, simply get with your upline, or you can just hit the Google. It's so easy once you do it a couple times. But here's the key. You edify your leaders. You introduce everyone. Hey, Joe, Mary, and Amy, meet Samantha. She's a great friend of mine. Right now, she's a school teacher, but she's curious how we make money from our phones. She's looking to potentially start a business, leveraging social media. She's potentially looking at the partnership of joining Modere with us, and I would love to introduce you all. And Samantha, just so you know, Joe, Mary, and Amy, they are incredible leaders. They've been here to support me. They've got my back. They can answer questions. They are extremely knowledgeable. They're super fun, super down to earth, and I can't wait for you to meet all of them. When someone requests information, let's say they hop on your live launch video, they respond to a curiosity post or a Facebook story, and they ask you, what is this? What's this company? What's this product? You immediately add them to the groups. Hey, Sally, I saw your comment. Thanks for the message. Whatever it is, whether they commented on a post or they sent you a message, you let them know. I went ahead and added you to the group. Let me know once you've accepted the invite. Or they're interested in, the business. Same thing. I added you to social retail. Let me know once you're in. I'll tag you in the 5 reasons why video. You got to keep it simple. And you say, listen, if this is something you have interest in, I have a coupon code. I have a discount code that can give you some money off. It can save you some money on your first order. I think you're going to be blown away. I'm curious, what other supplements or diets have you tried in the past? And what are you looking to accomplish? This is a really great question. You get them talking. If they've tried other diets, what are they trying to do? Are they just trying to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds? There's a big difference there. Within 24 to 48 hours, you want to find out, what did they like best? Offer them that $10 discount code so that they can save some money at checkout. I'd also recommend you promote our Smart Ship and Save. That Smart Ship and Save program will save them additional money. And if they have 8 unique items, they'll get free shipping and the maximum savings. You can also ask a current customer if they're open to the business. Again, a lot of this is in the script, so I don't want to go over everything word for word, but these are some really great scenarios. When someone loves the product, that's such a great situation to ask them if they're open to the business or doing a referral post. When someone asks what you do, we've got some great examples of what you can say, but remember, your mindset should be to connect. You want to get them talking about themselves. Your goal is to be interested in them versus trying to be interesting with the perfect response. You're always wanting them to do the talking. The more they talk, the more success you're going to have getting them to move forward, whether it's being a product user, a social marketer, getting them to do a referral post. Because when you do all the talking and selling and telling, people get turned off by that because they don't feel like you actually care about them and what they're looking to accomplish. Let's say someone asks you if you have a full-time job. Tell them what you do full-time. I'm a school teacher by day, but I'm a social marketer making money online at night because I want to fire my boss. I don't want to be a school teacher forever. I want to pay off my debt. I want to travel the world. I want to buy a dream car. I want to buy a new boat. I want to retire my spouse. What is your reason for doing this? That is way more important than having the perfect response and say just enough to get them to go, ooh, I want to join. It doesn't matter what you say when they ask you what you do. You're never going to have the perfect response. Your goal is to get them talking and relate to them with your why and your story. Inside the scripts, we also have how to invite to a live opportunity webinar. We have how to invite people to a Saturday training call. We always teach our team to follow up on Fridays, follow up Friday to invite people to the Saturday call. When it comes to follow up and close, I'm going to talk in some detail about this, but we do have a follow up and closing unit as well with more in-depth training because that's a whole other skill set to master. But we have some of the best closing questions in the scripts document, like what did you like most about what you saw? What would be your goal getting started? Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And remember to do the group chats with your leaders to help you enroll, especially when you're trying to enroll social marketers. You got to get yourself out of the way. See, if this is like a coworker, a neighbor, a friend from high school, they're not going to respect you as their mentor. They're not going to look at you as a business partner that can take them to the promised land because you're brand new. You got to get yourself out of the way so they can meet the other individuals they'd be working with. When it comes to handling objections or questions, this is really essential in closing. You always qualify the questions. Don't get defensive when people have questions. Don't make it awkward. It's not as easy as it sounds. But when they say something like, I don't have the money, what do you mean by that? How come I never heard of this company? What do you mean by that? Get them talking. Sometimes people say, I don't have the money to get that XM kit, but they have $200 so they could get started with one of the smaller kits. And it's really smart just to remember that you are brand new. So when they ask specific questions, I don't know about all that. All I know is Sammy got started a few weeks ago and has already acquired some customers and is earning daily pay. Are you ready to get started? I don't know about all that. All I know is Susie got started on the products, followed the system, and she lost 10 pounds in 30 days. Are you ready to give these products a try? Remember, you got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let's say someone says, I'm very busy. I don't have enough time. Well, how much time do you have? If they say they only have 5 hours a week, perfect. They could do a power hour 5 days a week and crush it using our FAME formula. It doesn't matter how much time they have, because here's the thing. It's not about them. It's about who they know. I don't have the money to get started. Listen, when someone says that, realize it's just a matter of value. Anybody can find 99, 199, 399. They can find the money to get started. I've had people that had no money. A week later, they magically found the money to get the ultimate kit, our biggest kit to get started. But realize the reason they don't have the money is the same reason they should be getting started. So just relate to them. Go, look, I totally get it. You know, how much money do you have to get started? Or maybe you had to get creative in getting started. Or maybe you have someone on your team that had to get creative. Give them some ideas. Maybe they could sell some stuff around the house. They can borrow the money. They can get an extension on their credit card. Maybe they say they need to talk to their spouse. Tell them to add their spouse to the groups. Get the spouse in the group chat. You know, if they say they want to think about it, okay, cool. What would you like the next step to be? Let them tell you what they want the next step to be. Let them tell you what they need to make it a 10 and they're ready to go all in and get started. And I love this one. If they ask you how much money you're making, say, I don't know. I'm not done making it yet. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, because if you're making a lot, they wouldn't believe you. And if you're not making any money, they wouldn't believe you. Either way, right? You're just having fun with them. Your goal is not to get people in based on what you're doing with the business, based on how much money you're making. Because the truth is, it's not about how much money you're making in the short term anyway. Look, if you would have judged me based on what I did the first 7 years, it wasn't very impressive. But based on what I'm making now, you'd be fairly impressed. You'd be fairly impressed with the fact that it took us 7 years to get to a full-time income, but not if you knew us in the first 7 years. So you have to think long-term and explain to people, it doesn't matter how much money I'm making right now. It matters how much money I'm making in 2030. When it comes to follow-up, keep your promises. If you said you're going to follow up with them tomorrow, follow up with them tomorrow. Get organized. Use a planner or a digital calendar. You know, have reminders in your phone for every person you need to follow up with. Like I have this one reminder that pops up every day with the people that I'm working on, and I'm constantly adding to it and deleting people from it. I also have a follow-up book. You just can't run your business like a hobby and expect to get serious business results. You want $1 million business, but you're forgetting everybody you talk to. You're not keeping your promises. You're winging it. You're working it when you feel like it. You're never going to have success at a high level if that's your mentality. Some of you might have to treat this business like a part-time job in the beginning. It's just the way it is, because you don't have this routine of working from home and keeping track of people and having a calendar to hold you accountable. And don't forget to build relationships. Your best prospects are going to be people that you stayed in touch with and you treated them like a human. You built the relationship. Later on comes the partnership. So make sure you stay in touch. You keep people in the loop. If people aren't responding to you, by the way, send them a message. Say, hey, are you okay, Sally? Maybe send them a funny GIF, whatever you call it, right? Go love on some of their Facebook posts, or simply change the subject. These are the most effective ways to get someone to respond that's been ignoring you. And if someone is still ignoring you, just tell them you're going to cross them off your follow-up list for now. So either A, they're going to tell you, no, don't cross me off the list. I'm ready to get started, or they have a couple questions, or you cross them off and you move on, right? Like, I don't want to hound people. I don't want to chase people. I'm on to the next one. If you watch this video in its entirety, I want you to drop it to the comments and let everyone know that you watched this entire video, that you're serious about this business. Tag your upline. Let them know that you finished this video. And let's get you trained. Stay plugged into our system. Get on the Saturday team calls. You know, watch the monthly kickoff calls. You know, every month we have a kickoff call inside of our corporate group, and register for our next virtual or live event in the back office in shiftingretail.com. And listen, if you are sick and tired of living a life of mediocrity and you want to go from average to savage, don't wait. Take action. Implement what you're learning inside of this community. Let's get after it. publicly launch your business. Watch the 3DW Facebook Live launch formula in the next unit so you can learn how to launch your business with our live launch formula. Let's get after it. Let's ATM your face off. Let's go. Let's set up some group chats. Let your team know, let your upline know you're ready to run, print off the scripts. I know for some of you, you might get overwhelmed by this information because it is a lot to cover. It's a lot to comprehend. Here's the deal though. You're in this for the long term. Give it 6 weeks, 6 months, 2 years, and you'll know this stuff like the back of your hand. Have some faith it till you make it. We got your back. We're here to support you, and we're excited to work with you.